Hey y'all, how's it going? Good evening. Yes. Oh, let me. I gotta post the fucking magma link. Beep up on. Cool, and it's linked in pinned in both. No, that's good. I need to figure out how to fix. I don't know why the chat, the icons are broken. I'll have to figure that out. But in any case, let's see. How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's been a little minute since I've done a dead mall. I just had stuff going on, and also just been low energy in general. But I'm getting myself together a bit. I'm figuring stuff out. You know, I'm doing better than I was. So can't complain. Let me mess with my shirt. Hey, Vengeful, how's it going? Welcome. Yes. Yeah, fuck it, that's funny. God, I seriously need to get back to playing. I almost said 100 Line, which I've been playing. I want to fucking play Xenosaga. I just need to sit down and binge that game at some point. It'll definitely have to be after 100 Line, because 100 Line is priority. 100 Line is really fucking good. I've been playing 100 Line since my last stream. Just off stream. I got to the end of, well, not to the end of the route that I was on. I hit a lock on the route I was going. Which is like, I didn't even know it was a thing, but basically there's 20 routes and 100 endings, but some of them, like, you'll hit a lock where you need to go do other stuff and get a few specific endings and hit and like reach other certain points in like the chain. So you can't like just go straight to the final ending or whatever, which is a good idea. It's a good system. So I hit that on the route that I had been on, which I'm kind of glad that I did that as my first route, because that meant that I just got like a ton of really interesting, like juicy little information and hints towards other stuff going on. Before, like, I kind of got some of the reveals before the questions were even like raised in the story, and that's kind of fun to be like, I know what's going on here. I have more information than I quote unquote should at this point. And so I can theorize a lot more about like what the fuck is going on. It's fun. I went off and did another route off stream because I'm not gonna be streaming everything because there's just so much shit in this game. But there's one particular route that Temmie wanted me to do, and I decided to do on his stream because that seems like good to get my reactions to. But the route I ended up doing off stream ended up being the slasher route, which was pretty fun. I've gotten like 4 of the endings off that route, and I'm about to like go down the other half of the route and see. But yeah, there's fun stuff going on. I went to the fucking mall this morning, cause I got a lot of clothes from American Eagle. No particular reason, I just like their stuff. And I got an email in my inbox like, hey, we're doing this thing where if you bring in a bra, we'll donate it to some, charity. I think. Oh no, I remember the name. It was Support the Girls, which very funny name. But basically, you bring in a bra, we'll get a discount on. You can get a new bra like half off. And I was like, sweet. So I go in and I went in and got an appointment to actually get a bra proper measured because I've never actually done that before. I've just kind of been doing it on my own and it's probably not accurate. But so they didn't have any of the size and style I wanted in stock, but they did free expedited shipping, so that should be getting here in a few days. But visiting the mall was where the American Eagle store was that I wanted to do this at. It's a very funny experience, because, it is a place that is clearly a shadow of a former self, because, it's a fucking mall. It probably also doesn't help that I went, at 11 a.m., which is, they technically open at noon. So, it was probably a lot more dead. It was probably a lot more of a dead mall than it might normally seem. Plus, it's it's a Sunday morning. But I don't know. I still felt I don't know. It's just so rare these days to have just a nice, comfortable, it's not hot in there because it's pretty well air conditioned, although it can get a little hot because it's the fucking South. But there's a space where you can just walk around, hang out, be like, hey, I feel like doing some shopping. Let's hit up the Hot Topic, or just hit up the food court or whatever. I can get some goddamn Dippin' Dots. I can get a Pepsi from the vending machine, and it's just man, I am absolutely mourning the death of third spaces, offline third spaces. Or, well, is third space or third place? I think it's third place. It doesn't matter. Because, I think during the period in which third places were still somewhat alive, or at least not fully dead yet, I was not really in a position to go to them, when I was younger, my family lived in random suburb. Oh, hi Pokey.
Hello.
Where you want to sit?
First off, I'm gonna put on the pear, cause funny.
The pear? Oh, the pear.
Yeah, give it a second. Where I am, I perfectly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was just talking about how when I was growing up, I was in a lot of suburbs and stuff where nothing was really within walkable distance, and I was kind of a shut-in sort of kid anyway. So and it's not like I knew any of my neighbors. So
oh, for sure.
And it wasn't until college that I actually got my own car and started driving. I didn't even get my license until I was 18. Actually, no, that's not true. I got my license 2 or 3 weeks before I turned 18. And then when I went to a convention that summer, I showed my ID. I showed my driver's license to get the 18 plus badge, and I found out that my license had expired within 2 weeks of me getting it because it expired on my 18th birthday, because it was
oh no.
Yeah.
Like a learner's permit or something.
Yeah, it was the license you get before you're 18, or whatever. and I got
Okay.
yeah. I was slow to get my license because I was scared to death of driving. It just freaked me the fuck out.
I don't have a license still.
Yeah. Somehow I'm
For that
more
exact
comfortable
reason.
now, like, post-accident, than I was as a teenager. Like, driving is fucking zen, especially if it's, like, nighttime driving, there's nobody else out on the road, it's just you, some music, it's dark, you just have the headlights on, you just cruise down the back roads or down the highway or the freeway or whatever is best, because you don't even think about anything. The road, you don't have to worry about turning too much, it's not like a super narrow road, obviously. You're just cruising at like 60 or 70, and it's great. It's the best.
I mean, I did okay at the time that was driving, like lessons of like part of like school, but I've never really like made myself go out and drive or try to seek a proper license either, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of a necessity just for, like, functioning in American society if you don't live in a city, which I don't. So, like, you know, it was fine while I was in college, but by the time I graduated, it was like, okay, I need to, you know, you need to actually get on the road. So I had my license, I hadn't driven in a while. I did some, like, there's these services that are like, you know, private lessons, whatever. I just did like 1 or 2 of those to get myself back up to speed on driving.
Right.
And that, no, I can tell you when it was. My birthday in 2022, so I was turning 23. Yeah. My parents got me a car, which I had not had my own car. And it was great. And then a month later, it was totaled by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
And I had the femur breaker. So it was almost a month to the day, because my birthday was on the 22nd and the accident happened on the 23rd of April. Like like a month and a day later. I had not even run out the first tank of gas.
That sucks.
Destiny is a funny thing. I don't believe in it, but just the
I don't believe in that game either. It sucks.
yeah, sucks ass. Just but cosmic coincidences are just so funny.
The ball's been dead for a bit.
Yeah. At some point, I just need to go. Oh, I want to go to Hot Topic. I never went when I was younger because I was not that kind of. I was lame as fuck. Which is to say, I was a T-girl in the closet who hated my entire body and like did not know how to be fashionable and did not like put effort into it. I was just rocking the cargo shorts and Zelda shirt and Triforce shirt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that I actually have some sense of fashion,
the legendary fit though.
Yeah, but now that I actually have some sense of what I want my style to be, I need to hit up Hot Topic. I need to make up for lost time.
I want to go to mall, check out stuff nearby, but again, no car.
Mm-hmm.
Most I can do is walking up to work, which is close in distance, but not quite that much.
A lot of fighting game stuff is being announced.
It's Evo, baby.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's Evo. Actually, I don't think I knew in the first place. Keep on. What was I saying? I saw that there was a trailer for Lucy from Cyberpunk in Strive. I've not watched it yet.
I saw we're getting update 2.0 upcoming, which is a frightening and threatening prospect to come from ArcSys.
Oh boy, how so?
Because, I mean, I think it was 1.5 that added in like entirely new mechanics that shifted the entire game. So, like, the idea of them doing it again to Guilty Gear Strive, it's probably be fun, probably be cool, but it's also a little bit scary, a little bit like, oh boy, they're gonna do some crazy shit again. Because, like, last time, one of the main thing that I remember affects that change around me, because, you know, as someone I really paid attention to, because I played Potemkin almost exclusively, is the fact that when that update dropped, they took away the Kara canceling of Potemkin Buster, but they made it longer range and gave it armor to compensate.
What is Kara canceling? I've heard that term, but I don't know actually what it means in practice.
So basically, in some fighting games, like you basically in many fighting games, you can cancel a normal into a special, right?
Yeah.
So this is Kara canceling. Basically, is using certain moves with like longer range or movement built in, so that you can basically have your specials have a longer range than they normally do. Potemkin's, I believe it was his 6K. Is like a shoulder tackle that like moves him forward a short bit, but you can cancel in out of it all of his specials out of that, so you can Potemkin Buster from like an extra step and a half away basically, or like get crazy distance on Mega Fist.
So you use a normal that has some forward momentum to it, and then cancel it into a grab.
Yeah. And I think one of the craziest things you could do with that was the fact that you could do the 6K and then his backwards Mega Fist to be backward Mega Fisting in place.
Huh. Interesting.
Because the whole thing about Mega Fist is like the backward Mega Fist has way better frame data, but the problem is it naturally is moving you backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as desirable in most situations. Well, all situations.
Yeah, I see. I see there's stuff being announced for Tekken 8, which is like, hooray. I wish Tekken 8 was real.
Was it bad stuff being announced this time? Because
No.
I noticed Aries post of like, this is gonna be the best Tekken of all time getting reposted sarcastically again, so I had to assume.
God, I don't know. I saw they've got Armor King.
What?
They're adding Armor King again, and then there's character called Miari Zo, who I think is a newcomer.
That doesn't sound familiar, so probably.
Yeah. New girl from Madagascar. Yeah, okay. So it is a new character. Yeah. I played after 2.0 dropped. I played a bit not 2.0. Season 2 dropped. I went back and I just played some Tekken 7 and it was like, my god, this game feels so much better. It's everything except the actual mechanics of Tekken 8 is like leaps and bounds ahead. The game looks gorgeous. It's got tons of great features, the fucking training mode isn't locked behind DLC. You don't have to pay $20 to see frame data. But
Man, what?
yeah, that's how they did in 7. It was ridiculous. But like, where's you be a Soul Calibur fan? God, I don't know. Just like, it's. I mean, I can still have fun with the game. You know, there was a tournament at the convention I went to this summer for Tekken 8 that is I just entered on a whim, and I went like 3-2, and I had a fucking blast. But like, I don't know, just it's hard to get motivated to actually sink real time in and lab stuff and all that when the game just isn't what I wanted it to be, and like it is mechanically so like, I don't know. Just I fell in love with Tekken 7, and Tekken 8 has lost a lot of the stuff that made me fall in love with 7.
Yeah,
I liked how deliberate gameplay was in 7. I liked the mobility. Anytime I get a sidestep off, I feel like I am having like, the only thing I can think of is like sex metaphors, but like it feels fucking electric. Like, it's just such a great dopamine hit to just know, if I do this move, I'm gonna be minus enough that I can that their thing, I can't do another move, but I can step their move if they respond, and then I can just fucking blast them. And hitting that it always feels so good, and the mobility just is like, it's what makes it a 3D game, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just like, so many characters in 8 have stuff that just tracks for years.
It's, from what I've heard, a lot of this is new from fucking version 2 from season 2, and that they just made season 2 fucking everybody's got everything for no real reason.
Season 2 was just the most abysmal dog shit update you've ever seen in your entire life. It was so deeply tone deaf, because it was like, we hear you, we're gonna buff movement a little bit, and I was like, great. And then you look at the patch notes, they buffed movement a little bit, but they also gave every character in the game ways to completely negate movement. They like patched every character's weakness. Everybody like can just do shit, and you just have to hold it because you have no mobility, you have no defensive options, and half the time you're gonna get fucking bled to death by chip damage anyway, and that's not even counting the stuff that was just like genuinely like unblockable. Like when season 2 came out, Paul had a move which physically you could not block, and it did like a ton of damage. And it's like, I don't know, it's just there's so much shit. It's like, I know I'm at a low enough skill level when it comes to the game. Like, I'm not fucking, you know, Rangchu out here. I'm not. I keep wanting to say Justin Wong. He's not a fucking Tekken guy. Who am I thinking of?
You're not Sonic. I'm just gonna jokingly say Sonic Fox.
Yeah.
Are you happy that Sonic Fox's buddy laundering has come through again with another Mortal Kombat win?
What?
Pat joked about that Sonic Fox wins at Mortal Kombat so consistently that it's almost money laundering, because nobody else has a shot against them.
God. No. Who? Jesus Christ. Who is like the Tekken, the Korean Tekken legend? What is his? I feel like it also begins with a J.
I don't know why the name Doggery is sticking to my mind, but I don't think that's even a fighting game player. I think that was a Devil May Cry player.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna look it up. I think I was thinking of Knee. Oh, and there's
Okay,
also
okay.
JDCR, probably. That might have been who I was thinking of with the J.
Okay.
Knee. Arslan Ash, legend. Fucking love that guy's awesome. But no, like what I was saying, I'm at a low enough skill level where, you know, these problems with the game shouldn't matter as much. Like, depending on the opponent, I can probably play in a style closer to how I play in 7 and not get called out for it. But it's still just demoralizing, right? Because it feels like I'm only going to have a worse experience the better I get, you know? Because so much of the optimal gameplay is just, you know, hold this 50-50, and I'm gonna, you know, we'll see how this works out.
Get eat by it.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's no longer a game I want to get good at, even if I have fun playing it, because like it's still there's still enough Tekken in there that I can get some fun out of it, but it's so, I don't know. Unless they have a real fucking come to Jesus moment when they release season 3 and they fix the problems with the game.
Don't worry, in the season 3 trailer, Idris Elba will be the new fighter, and he'll be like, "Don't forget, the game is fixed." I've just been thinking about that from the fucking Cyberpunk DLC trailer, like the boldness to fucking claim, like, to be cute. It's like, hey, it's okay. The game, the game is fixed. See, because like we patched the game. Please buy the DLC, please, for the love of God.
God.
I mean, listen.
I didn't even know about that.
Cyberpunk 2077 is a so much better and more playable state than launch. Like, it's an actual video game now. I'll admit that, you know. Sure. But also cheekily being like, but hey, the game is fixed. It's like, you know, you
have not earned that.
You launched it super fucked up. Is that why it needed fixing, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wait. I pray for the game to get better because I fucking love Tekken, and there's just nothing else available like it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you know, a Melee situation where the older games still have an active scene. There isn't, as far as I'm aware, any kind of real active scene for any of the older Tekken games. Not in the way of like, I mean, there's gonna be people playing any game, right? But
there's not gonna be like you're never gonna see it like at a really big stage or anything.
Yeah, or like you're not even gonna see it run regularly at locals, you know?
Yeah, someone might pull it out as like a fun, like, hey, want to play this for something, you know, like the same strange person who might pull out fucking Twinkle Star sprites or something.
Yeah, or like, I'm a bitch that comes to a place with a PlayStation 3 and a copy of Bushido Blade.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I never played that one.
I fucking love Bushido Blade. It's so peculiar, but it's fun.
I keep color picking from an external program, color references, and then going to draw on the magma as if it's gonna intuit that I color picked on an external program.
What did you draw on?
I got an adopt of the Zubat a while back. I want to try drawing her.
Oh, cute. Mm-hmm. I've been kind of gradually getting into Pokemon VGC. Not as like player, but just like, I don't know. I am a sucker for like weird bullshit in competitive formats, like niche bullshit that people find a way to make it work. Like, I love when people take off meta picks and find a way to leverage them against the situation they're facing and make it work. You know, like the fucking, what's that one? There's like some story from
Pachirisu?
Pachirisu is one of them, but I'm thinking about like in Street Fighter 4, there was like one tournament, right, where the guy was losing in like grand finals, and so as a counter pick, he goes to like the oil wrestler guy. I think his name was what was his name?
Hakan.
I was gonna say Hakeem. You're right. It's a Hakan, who's like the oil wrestler guy was like absolutely terrible balance wise, but actually was a decent counter to the character he was losing to. And so he counterpicks Hakan and managed to run it back and like win the tournament or whatever. I don't remember who it was. I know it was in Street Fighter 4, but it's still like I love shit like that where it's like underutilized or weird or niche options. I feel like it's kind of the same reason I like weird guns. Just I like the stuff that is unusual and like not standard, but manages to have its own sort of niche.
Yeah.
And people actually leveraging that to great effect. Wolfie Comparish. Fucking, that guy's the GOAT. He's awesome. I love that guy. Do you know that meme at all?
No.
So,
assumingly something firearms based then? Or...
No, it's Pokemon.
Oh.
So,
the main thing of VGC I remember is that this one guy there's this one guy who goes really on the record about how he dislikes Incineroar as a Pokemon.
Wolfie. That's Wolfie.
Oh, am I actually to wander right into it?
Yes.
Oh, good, perfect, yeah. And then they started fucking... And then as an event distribution, they gave an Incineroar away in his name.
Yes, that was because of the code for that Incineroar was Wolfie Comparish. And
okay.
The reason it's called that is because he won a giant, like a regional, I think it was, with a Parish Trap team, which he had it full of like some very off meta picks like Politoed and Gothitelle, and Parish Trap. The way it basically works is you have the move Parish Song, where everybody
everybody who hears it dies in 3 turns.
Yes, but the effect ends if you switch out, right?
Yep.
And then you pair that with an ability that can trap Pokemon on the field, which the only version of that's really legal in the format at the time was Gothitel's Shadow Tag. And so the idea is you set up Parish Song while the Shadow Tag is active. You last for 3 turns and just don't die, and then you switch out last second while your opponent is forced to lose both their Pokemon.
Tough it out and die, yeah.
There's a lot of holes in the strategy, though, but like he managed to make it work and won a regional with it. And he also actually won the EU International Championships with a Paris Trap team. He didn't use that mode in the finals because it was just like it was not good against the team he was going against, but like that was his team, was a Paris Trap team. And the reason it's like Wolfie gone Paris is because there's an Italian player, Marcos da Silva, I think his name is, who's like, he's a former world champion, or maybe even the current world champion, I don't remember, but like there's an infamous clip of him in like an online tournament pairing up against Wolfie and then just excitedly going, Wolfie! And then he sees that Wolfie is running a Paris Trap team, which like Wolfie is infamous for like being the only person who can make this team work, and is just like extremely deadly with it, despite like it not really having results with anybody else. And so he sees he's going up against Wolfie with Paris Trap, and he just goes, Wolfie gone Paris, and just like complete dejection. And so that's the redemption code for Wolfie's Incineroar was Wolfie gone Paris.
Wolfie gone Paris. Yeah, no. I do appreciate when people start making jokes of Pokemon, like entirely based around competitive stuff of like how they actually perform, and then it just ends up having very niche jokes about such performances. Like I see a lot of people on TikTok. I can't remember the animator, but I've seen one that keeps making ones about like strange counters in Pokemon TCG Pocket that keep popping up. And like it's a lot of stuff like Orichalco just beating the shit out of the Alga, who can't even hope to put lay a finger on him. Or what should be very good Pokemon getting accidentally ruined by the fact that like flip 4 coins, deal 50 damage for each coin you land, each heads you hit, and then of course naturally getting no head.
So no head?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've never interacted with TCG.
TCG is fun, kind of fun. The grocery store near me has a fucking vending machine for those cards, and the real life cards, and I've never seen it stocked once.
I've never even seen like a trading card vending machine.
It's like it's not like one of those like, oh, it's they just repurposed a chip machine. No, it's an officially licensed Nintendo vending machine thing.
Huh.
That like has official stocks and like supposedly built-in controls to help like assist with limiting scalpers, or like how much can be purchased in a single transaction by a single person.
Interesting.
Naturally, those I think those are more common in like shopping mall settings or whatever the fuck you might, or like game store kind of things.
Yeah, I just like the Pokemon VGC seems really unique to me, because like I'm not aware of any other game with like a big esports presence that's like turn-based. Okay, I mean there's chess, but fucking like I'm talking like video games where there's like different characters you can pick, right? Anything with
Chat, she doesn't even know how to change her king in chess.
But like, what I mean?
She doesn't even know how to play Protoss in chess.
No, but you know what I mean, right? Where there's like
Oh, absolutely.
almost all esports stuff has some kind of like or like big esports stuff has some kind of real-time component. Or you know, it's like chess, which has been around for centuries.
Yeah, no, VGC Pokemon is frankly a strange outlier because technically, like the only thing that's preventing anybody from like getting up on stage and like competing at like a professional level is just like time is basically artificially insinuated by the limitations of it. You know, you're playing Pokemon and bringing a Pokemon team, but like. Mm-hmm. If you're playing Showdown, like say if you're playing Showdown, you could just pick bring a meta team and pilot it, and pretty much anybody can have results with that team.
Yeah, like regardless of like physical limitations, really. And even that's like changing because you know that Pokemon Champions is coming out, and team building in that is it's a lot closer to something like Showdown. As far as I can tell.
I haven't seen much of how the hell that's gonna work.
Yeah, it seems like it's basically just like you have a currency you can spend on like fine-tuning Pokemon stats and like training abilities, whatever. I don't really know how precisely it works, but I do know there's no microtransactions, which is good because I would not that would be fucking evil if they did that. But like,
yeah, no, I wouldn't fuck with that if it even remotely.
Yeah, but just like it's not just like the turn-based component that makes it really interesting. It's also just like the extremely broad possibility space of team building, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like there's 2 games you're playing. You're playing half of the game before you even show up to the venue, which is coming up with a good team composition. Which
is kind of, I mean,
that's extremely unique.
I mean, yeah, you only see it as something like that in card game spaces.
Yeah,
really,
you never see that in like video games, and so that in itself is really unique. But also just, you know, you have hundreds of fucking guys with there's a lot of fucking moves. Each with like 50 to 100 moves per Pokemon. I want to say that might be an overestimate. That's probably an overestimate. You've got like a few dozen moves at least for each Pokemon in 4 slots.
There are 1,025 Pokemon and 934 moves. And each Pokemon has 4 distinct moves. Now, naturally, not every Pokemon is getting all of those moves, but
and the latest gens don't have every Pokemon. But
like that's still a wide breadth of possibility space, and then extended by also their individual values of their stats, the effort values of their stats, their nature, their held item,
their ability.
And then you mix that, and then you increase it, and then multiply that possibility space 6 times.
Yeah, and then for each match, you have to pick a subset of those 6 Pokemon. You have to pick 4 of those 6 Pokemon to bring into the match.
Yeah, no,
the
possibility space is incredible.
I just find it so fascinating. Because, like, that's just so in the realm of competitive games, I just find it's such a unique combination. Like, there's really just nothing like it. And Pokemon is really the only series that could do something like this, really. Just by virtue of how long it's been running, that they've accumulated so many Pokemon and so many moves and so many items and, you know, all these other things. It's also, I think, the current competitive is very interesting because of the Terra type system. That's a really cool system because of how versatile it is. It works with every Pokemon, unlike, you know, Mega Evolutions. And it can be used both offensively and defensively.
And it has
sometimes at the same time.
has a lasting impact longer than 3 turns,
Yeah.
unlike Dynamax.
I mean, technically, Dynamax, it has an impact in that you've already used it, so you can use it more. But like, I get what you mean. Where like it lasts until the Pokemon dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't require any like. You decide in the battle, in the moment, which Pokemon to terrestrialize.
And hey, that's another point of uniqueness of each individual Pokemon. They're
they're Terra type. Yeah. It's just like the rabbit hole goes so insanely deep, and I love shit like that, and yeah, it's just even if it seems like it's probably a bit overwhelming and a lot to learn for me to get too into it, just watching content about it and seeing people break down, okay, this is how this team works, here's a counter to that, and then here's how like you pilot that in the moment, like that's like just endlessly fascinating.
Oh, for sure. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and just like that dichotomy between the team building phase and the piloting phase of just like and especially like how reactive team building, like a great team can be, just like how dependent stuff is on the meta, right? Because once you have your team, you can't change it. It's not like Street Fighter where, you know, you're getting your ass beat and you can counterpick to a Hakan. You have to have your counterpicks built into your team. So a lot of the team building process is heavily based on what is everybody else playing. What do you think everyone's going to be bringing? You need to have options to deal with that. Or you might have a team that is uniquely suited to dealing with the meta picks, but might struggle with the stuff that isn't just the main meta team, right? Like,
right.
It's just, it's endlessly fascinating. And also within that, you can come up with like limitations. There's so many possible challenge builds or challenge like runs you can do within the Pokemon framework of like, hey, let's do all baby Pokemon. Let's do all normal types. You know, we'll do monotype. And you know, Wolfie does a lot of those kinds of videos. He's really unique as a content creator because he's like former world champion, possibly the best player in the world right now. But he's also like got good editing and like a charismatic personality, and he does a lot of like fun content of like, I'm gonna make a team with a gimmick and I'm gonna like optimize the fuck out of it and see how well I can do in a tournament. And that's really unique because he's so good at the game, he can like
get away with it.
Yeah, he can like, he knows how to pilot even like these extremely non-ideal teams, and he knows how to optimize as much as he can around the limitations in the build phase, and it leads to stuff like, you know, fucking Fletchinder with Tailwind or like whatever, you know, or
Yeah.
is it Fletchinder or is it, I don't remember. What, it doesn't matter.
Fletchling,
thank you. Fletchling with Tailwind because like the later evolution, he was doing an all normal team, and Fletchling he needed something to set up speed control, and so Fletchling, its evolutions are fire flying, but Fletchling is normal flying, and it also has an ability which means that flying moves go first. They like have priority, and so he could use it to set up Tailwind, and like, which doubles your team's speed. And you know, it's important for the Pokemon setting that up to be faster than everybody else, because speed changes are dynamic in the recent games. So like once you set up, once the speed situation changes, the turn order updates immediately. And like, in what other context would you use fucking fletchling in a serious competitive scenario. Or like just weird cases like Dusclops generally being better than Dusk Noir because Dusk Noir existing means that Dusclops can use Eviolite and it has just way better defenses.
Yeah, it's like if it's an Eviolite, like what, 30% less damage or something.
It increases
Something
both your
crazy.
defenses by, I want to say 50% or something ridiculous. Let me look it up. Yep, it boosts defense and special defense by 50%, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, it's just fun. It's just cool.
Yeah, no, thinking of Pokemon, of training of games of Pokemon. I gotta get back to trying to beat Beastie Ball.
What is Beastie Ball?
Beastie Ball is a cute little indie game of of your monster collecting, recruiting, in which you help create recruit them specifically to be to play basically a volleyball like sport as a turn-based game.
Oh, I see.
With like these kinds of a lot of these similar team building considerations, but by intention, not going to quite the ridiculous depths. Not quite going to the ridiculous depths that Pokemon does, because like they're much smaller than Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, is. So like that's a matter of necessity. But also like it's very cute, and also I like the fact that like your beasties all will form relationships with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which then form like how which like let them inform like the way they can every relationship has a special move associated with it that they can do. So like your two aces maybe like, oh, they're sweethearts, so they'll heal each other when you do their special move there. Or rivals will work harder to show up the other and do a lot more damage.
That's fun.
It's kind of got some cool stuff like that.
Yeah. I like that.
And also the creatures are just very cute.
Yeah. Have you played any of 100 Line?
I gotta get that fucking game.
It's so fucking good, man. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
They're put every single time. People posting about that game go back and forth between like the most happy they've ever been in their lives, and then posting the fucking SpongeBob and Silent Hill picture about what the fuck is happening, like constantly when I see them post about that game, and I have to wonder what is going on in there.
I just like, I love the gameplay of 100 Line. Like, the story is all visual novel stuff, but the actual like turn-based tactical gameplay is so fun because it's so like it's very different from anything else. It's very different from anything else I've played, where you have your Fire Emblems, you have
tactical RPG of some kind.
Yeah, it's like a grid-based, turn-based tactical RPG. Your Fire Emblems, your Disgaias, your Final Fantasy Tactics, your whatever, right? But the thing that sets 100 Line apart is that the mechanics encourage you to be very aggressive and to readily sacrifice your own units.
No, that wasn't me being shocked at your statement. Yeah.
Cause like, okay, so in your Fire Emblem or whatever, every unit gets one turn each round. In 100 Line, the way it works is you have an AP system where you have a number of action points, and moving a unit takes one of them. So,
Right.
but to prevent you from just repeatedly spamming the same unit, you after you attack with the unit, their movement range, they get hit with the fatigue status effect, which reduces their movement range to 1 tile. But they can still attack and do anything else as normal. Their movement is limited. But there's a few factors. One is that it's a status effect, and it can be cured through a number of ways. And there's also, there's some characters. There's like one character in particular, Tsubasa, who is immune to fatigue and just can move full range constantly, but she gets like a shittier attack to make up for it. And like, sorry, my thoughts are really unfocused, but
Big
like,
time, it's all good.
Right. The biggest thing is that if you kill any enemy that's not just like a 1 health cannon fodder, you get action points back. And so if you can kill multiple enemies at once, you can actually be like action point positive from an interaction.
Kind of Shin Megami Tensei.
A bit, yeah.
Without like a bit like kind of like, press turns.
Yeah, I haven't played Shin Megami Tensei, but like I know generally what you're talking about. Where like, yeah, you can get more actions if you use your current ones effectively.
The quickest way of how those ones work is basically you get as many press turns at the start of a turn as you have party members. Mm-hmm. And if you strike a weakness, you only use up half of a press turn icon. But if you strike a resistance, you use up 2 full icons.
I see.
So you're rewarded heavily for being able to strike the enemy's weaknesses, and also missing wastes 2 as well, and you're and punished severely for hitting an immunity. It just it stops your turn dead in its tracks right there.
Yeah.
And this applies to the enemy too. So if you bring your party, if you actually bring demons that are weak to like wind, and even if your protagonist isn't weak to wind, if they start spamming, all wind skills, they'll just blow up your entire party because of the one person who's vulnerable to it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that kind of damage. But yes. So with 100 Line, there's also a meter called voltage, where it's kind of like a fighting game super meter, where the more you attack, you build up voltage, and once you have 100% voltage, you can do a special move with one of your characters, right? And you can build you can store up to 300%, so up to 3 full bars. The really fun thing is that when a character is at low health, you can do what's called, actually, fuck, I don't remember what it's called. But the point is, you can do a special attack with them. Not only can you do it without paying voltage, you actually get a full bar's worth of voltage just by doing it. But the trade-off is the character dies. But that's fine, because in 100 Line, dead characters come back fully. Everybody fully heals between waves. So you're encouraged to just sacrifice your party members to do a big, just a big attack. And you can also spend voltage on not just special moves, but also you can spend it on attack bonuses and like extra turns. There's a lot of things you can spend it on.
The suicide attack is very throw your printies at your enemies.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, except it's every single character, and you can fucking pop off with it.
Or also a little bit of Fuga, having the child's soul cannon, except you're encouraged to use it.
And
you know what I'm talking about. I'm not sounding insane, right?
I haven't played. I don't know that game, or I don't know the game she's from.
No, it's Fuga Melodies of Steel is a series in which you basically control a group of plucky war orphans, a bunch of like furries, a bunch of children who are forced to pilot what is a tank, but it's more of a mobile fortress in scale. And it has a super weapon at the top that can basically one-shot kill anything in the entire game, even bosses. But if you use it, but using it requires the soul and permanent death of one of the children.
Oh,
and which is not only just fucked up, is both fucked up from the moral standpoint, but also if you do it, you're gonna be short-handed on manning all of your stations because you just killed one of them killed one of your crewmates basically. So
but yeah, like that's just the thing. Like so many other like strategy games like this, like you're like. Fucking Fire Emblem, XCOM, whatever, anything with like a permadeath kind of mechanic really encourages you to play like very cautious and very lame. So 100 Lion being like, it's fine, kill off your guys. They'll just come back. Actually, we'll give you a free bar for it. It's like really freeing. And like the dynamic becomes okay. If I have this character, I can hit multiple enemies at once. If I throw down an item, I can get my damage up enough that I can one-shot these like AP given guys. And if I keep doing that and moving around, then I can build up voltage gradually as I'm taking out these mooks while staying relatively neutral in terms of action points. And then once I have enough voltage, I can buff up the attack even more, or I can, because that's the thing. The suicide attack, there is an item which has limited uses, and you have to like upgrade to get more of it. But there's an item that instantly sets a unit's HP to 0 to 1, so you can just choose to immediately have a unit use a suicide attack, which gives you a full bar of meter, and also, does a shit ton of damage to anything in range. And so you can go, okay, I've taken out a bunch of guys. I have a bunch of meter now. I'm going to buff up my one unit, use them to clean up everybody else, and it's just very easy. Actually, I shouldn't say it's easy, but like if you're clever, you can snowball and take out entire waves in one turn before anyone ever moves. And doing that is always just so satisfying, just to put the puzzle pieces together. Okay, you go here, you go here, you go here. Now I have a bunch of action points, and so I can just hit this high damage move over and over again.
Oops.
Or like but then like, oh, this boss enemy like does a counterattack. Well, I'm gonna move my unit into range of the counterattack so that they get chipped down to low health. So once they're at low health, I can use their suicide attack and use the voltage for that to buff up my main unit who's the damage dealer even more. There's just so much shit you can do with the game. Like the slasher route. There's one version of it where you end up at the final battle with only 3 units, your main character is dead. And so you just have a unit who stuns himself for 2 turns if he attacks, and is just like, he's built around, like, just
Ducking.
he's built around like tanking. He's like, he has a move that forces enemies to target him, and he has a move that like gives him armor and makes him reflect damage back at the enemy, right? And then he has one attacking move that does some damage, but also immediately stuns him for 2 turns. And then you also have the healer character, who can basically deal no damage but can cure stunned, which is like, she's like the only, she's like the only person in the game who can do this. And then you have the girl who fucks her sword, who is like the only actual damage dealer. And you have these 3 units against the final boss, essentially.
I wasn't sure of like when you said like, oh, this guy fucking stuns himself whenever he attacks, and then like, oh, this person cures stun. It's like, okay, no, it comes together. All right. Trust the process of like it being a decently designed fight.
Yeah, it's like on the.
I imagine it's supposed to be like a hard fight, or like
it's a harder fight because like
a desperate, like in a bad situation for your characters, because you know,
yes.
like the protagonist, big hero face is dead, so it's not exactly an ideal route for anyone. But
no, but it's also like, there's a divergence point. I mean, there's a million fucking choices in the game and stuff.
It's a 100 ending game.
Yes, it is. It's the same fight you get to the end of on like the more normal version of the route, except you just have a healer, a tank, and 1 damage dealer, as opposed to like a much more efficient and well-rounded party that you would normally have. And so, like, because normally you would have your main character, that same healer, and another like super heavy damage dealer, and the main character is like, he's just really fucking good because he's the main character. He has just like very versatile moveset, and his thing is that he gets after like the first. He gets like a damage boost. Like partway through, he gets a damage boost when his ally, for every ally that's died, which further encourages you to set up suicide tactics. Point being, it's a lot easier to win the fight with him than it is with no Takumi and a healer, a guy who can't attack, or like a guy who basically can't attack, and a girl who's like she is a damage dealer, but she's like not your main one. She's like kind of awkward to use sometimes. Like she gets a damage bonus against enemies who are not touching any other enemy, which is good, but she also doesn't deal that much damage base. She has 1 high damaging move, but it stuns her, so it's usually more efficient to just get the damage bonus and then like attack twice with a lesser damaging move or whatever, right? But like playing through that fight with those 3 units and figuring out how to wipe everybody was like
kind of pretty fun.
It's really fucking fun. The game just has really good mechanics, and also like
the most absurd story that you'd actually expect from Uchikoshi and Kotaka coming together. From what I can tell.
This is insane. Like, almost every character I really like. There's only like 2 characters who haven't grown on me yet, but I'm suspecting they might.
I mean, I imagine you've got at least quite a few routes left for them to have some time to shine.
I've got at least 19 routes left.
That's less than I expected, to be honest.
Okay, there's like 20 like overarching routes, and then they're like named as the blank route. You know, the one I did off stream was called like the slasher route, and then there's like choices within that and branches within that to get like 4 or 5 endings per route or whatever, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
But like all of them, it's not like a near situation where, you know, there's 26 endings, but half of them are just like jokes, right? It's like every one of them is actually like a real ending that takes some story to get to, you know?
I mean, I'd say from what I've seen, a good 10% of them may be jokes.
Sure, but they're like
there's
it's not a joke in the way of you unplug your chip and you die. You know, it's not like a, you know, the kind of thing that takes 2 seconds to do.
We're getting really wacky this time.
We're posing for a photo and the guy's gone, now do a silly one. It's that kind of thing, as opposed to just like, you know, I don't know. That was a dumb analogy.
Do a silly face. Do a silly face.
You get what I'm saying. It's like there's all of them have serious effort put into them. Even if they're like jokey.
Yeah.
I need to refill my water. Give me 2 seconds.
Ugh. This is so much more. This is the first time I tried drawing this character I bought. I don't know if I want to finish like the arms up here, but it was kind of fun to try out drawing her. Get a kind of a half bust going.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if I want to keep really put more time into this, because I'm just trying to like redraw some of like the rest I got, and like I'm kind of want to draw either to stop or maybe draw something else at this like quarter bust stage.
Yeah, fucking do whatever you want. It's a free country.
Yeah, no, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you on the Discord. I guess I can actually put it in the fucking Dead Ball chat even.
Yeah. Like there's only 2 characters that I don't really like so far. Or like I don't even say like I dislike them. I just kind of tolerate them. I used to dislike them. Now I'm just kind of like about them. But like there were a bunch of characters who I thought like she's boring, or like he's like kind of whatever. But like now after a while, like almost all of them have grown on me. Like there's one character who I fucking hated her voice acting to the point of like skipping her dialogue, but then her voice acting gradually like grew on me, and now I like her. And I'm like, how did this happen?
I like the only character I know of that is I know they've got a strange girl who wears a green tomato mask.
Kurata's great.
Yeah.
She's fun. She's something.
So I mean, they all do, but from what I've seen, she has something wrong with her, as if any of these characters have anything really right with them.
Yeah. You know, she's like classist, she's ableist, she's like
oh no,
got crippling self-esteem issues. She hits people with a shovel. She's very silly.
You surprised me with her having isms. apparently John Cena is going to turn back face already. What a
Oh my
load of
god.
shit. Fuck the WWE.
Just go away, man. You're
Fuck.
done.
Go, quit being a wrestler and go be the dumbass asshole who shoots people in DC universe instead. Go
Yeah,
see, go do piece of what making.
yeah, just like
I thought him appearing in Superman was pretty funny.
I didn't watch it. I haven't really seen any movies lately.
Damn. Yeah, no, I walked all the way up there to Superman. It was a very fun movie.
Okay. I've heard like pretty mixed things from my friends on it. To be honest.
Yeah, it's a. I think I think it's fair that like it's a bit simple, a bit very straightforward, and it's like all of its things. But like, I think that if you're trying to actually try to lock in and make a real fucking DC thing, like actually make it like consistent and like generally approachable and not like the mess that Snyder kept him making.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I feel like a nice baseline, a little bit silly but optimistic, and some cool shit happening. Superman film is a solid groundwork to build up from.
Sure.
Like especially like what was it? Fuck, who played it? I keep forgetting who plays him. Not Superman, but plus I really liked how Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner. I really appreciate the choice to have Guy Gardner in the movie, and they make sure to give him the world's shittiest haircut because that's important to Guy Gardner's character is looking like that.
I don't know who Guy Gardner is.
Guy Gardner is one of the Green Lanterns. He's less famous than Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. And Jon Stewart was who appeared was the black guy in the Justice League cartoon. Hal Jordan appeared mostly in like green, many of the other Green Lantern ones. The white guy with like short brown hair. Guy Gardner is this redhead with the fucking terrible bowl cut, and he's a kind of an asshole.
God.
And that's why people like him, because he's kind of a shithead. Like the fact, like he like
God,
very
that Gold Cup really is terrible.
Yeah, no, it's they had to come like if you look at any given point throughout his comics, him having a terrible haircut is like integral to his character. At no given point does his hair. At no given point has he, I don't think, ever had like good, like at best he has mediocre hair, and it's fucks me up to see.
Speaking of characters who look like shit, have you seen Daughter Me from 100 Line?
Oh god, yeah, that's the. Oh yeah, no, I've seen her. I Google her. Yeah, the freak, the freak. Yuri freak, the dog barking like a dog freak.
Yes.
She's. I feel she feels like a kind of a flawed offshoot clone of a Junko. Honestly.
I mean, like, she is the Danganronpa character.
Yeah, heroically, exaggerating, those kinds of behaviors that are present in a Junko Inashima. She's kind of awesome.
Her character design is dog shit. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
It's like she just looks terrible.
God, yeah, with the like full with like the her mouth tattoo thing or the exposed
paint.
skull. I mean, I've never been sure if it's face paint or not.
It's definitely face paint because it goes away in her like other uniform.
Okay, but yeah, dressed in the giant safety pin choker. I did never even notice she has a big safety pin on her choker. God. Every time I see these characters, there's something new about it. Like how the mascot's got that exposed brain.
Oh, here. Let me pull up the. Yeah, so that's Dorumi. Like, her entire character. Not her entire character, but the biggest part of her character is just her going, "Hey, this is just like Danganronpa. We're gonna be in a killing game," and everybody telling her to shut up.
No, what? Why would we do that? That's stupid.
Yeah. There's like, of everybody who has something wrong with them, she has the most wrong with her. Like, she is extremely mentally ill. And it's like, girl, are you okay?
No, she's not. It's great.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. It's just, the game is just fun. The game is just really fun. I like it. It's nice to have something in this vein that I can recommend without an asterisk. Because basically every other Danganronpa game has like some asterisks I have to put on there.
I really want to play it, and I want to pick up the just released No Sleep for Kaname Date.
I've not played the Somnium Files games.
The Somnium Files, yeah, I like them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, play 100 Line. It's fantastic.
I would, but it's $60.
Yeah, I know. A friend got it for me. I'm not in a state to readily drop $60 on a game.
Yeah, no. I mean, even No Sleep for Date is like $40, and that's still like I could easily do other things.
Yeah, I'm just trying to save money. Because
Yeah.
I'm still like down the fucking deductible from the situation with the fire in my apartment.
One thing I thought was funny about that really reminded me that No Sleep for Kaname Date is an interquel between the first two games was the fact that I saw there's a mermaid cafe that one of the characters likes to go to, and you end up spending some time at having questioned both him and some of the people there, and you could easily I could easily tell that this is a set between that, because when it's introduced as a concept in the second game, they give the customers a trident based on their most loyal customers, and he has the highest tier one that he keeps spending all of his goddamn money here all the time.
God.
And he said not very long before that, but he's already at gold tier. So in the short time from these three games, he's spent I think at least $200, several $100s, possibly thousands, at this mermaid cafe that is specifically noted isn't even that good of the food. And sure, those things are the surface, but come on, but you can do better.
Do better, Kaname.
No, not Dante. It's his quote unquote friend.
Oh, I see.
Ota? Yeah, Ota.
I see.
Who is very
He's-
much the image of the otaku son of a bitch loser.
Yeah, I think I know the character you're talking about with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who goes around always wearing his fucking Kamen Rider belt.
I might call it early tonight, to be honest with you. I'm a little tired.
That's fine, that's fine. We kind of stopped in the middle of nowhere, you know?
It's a Sunday evening. It's whatever. I'll try and do another one next week. I know
Oh, for sure.
I've been off for a little while, but I want to get back on it.
Yeah, no, we can. Nice to hang out, though.
Yeah, definitely.
So that I hope that we can actually get to. I don't get to pull it. Wait, you don't pull it when I'm at work, just so I can.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who we can raid. Shiozagaki. Let's fuck him up.
Ooh.
Sorry, not Sogaki, Sogeki.
That's.
I feel like I've been raiding this guy for like. This is like the third time I've raided this guy in the last month or so. I feel like. I don't care.
Oh, Shirosageki. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bye, everybody. Things are stepping. Bye, anybody.
Bye bye.